Sai Ram everyone, welcome back to the Sanskrit session for second PUC. Once again Sai Ram. Yes, in the previous session we have completed the first 3 shlokas where you have seen how this place got the name Bharata and where this place is located. All these things you understood. Today the Purana says the parts, how many parts were there for this Bharata. So parts, in this way we can think, today there are many states like Karnataka, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Kashmir, or whatever the thing you can see on the map. How Indian map, like how India is, the different states are there in India. The same way they are telling this Bharata Varsha is divided into 9 parts, they are saying. How? Let us see the shloka now. I am going back to the shloka again. Bharatasyasya varshasya nava bhedan nibodhata. See carefully. Bhedan nibodhata. Samudrantarita jneyah te tvagamyah parasparam. So Bharatasyasya varshasya navabhedan nibodhata samudrantarita jneyah te tvagamyah parasparam. Next point, what is the prose order? You can see here, asya bharatavarshasya navabhedan nibodhata te samudrantaritaah tu parasparam agamyah jneyah. So what is the meaning then? Asya. So now they have started talking about a particular place which is called Bharatam, they said, right? So asya is referring to that place Bharatam. So this places or Bharatasya, this Pradeshasya, asya Pradeshasya. I have written asya means Pradeshasya, related to this land or this lands. Asya Pradeshasya or asya Bharatasya. Yes, they have mentioned Bharata Varshasya, Bharata Deshasya or Bharata Khandasya, whatever you take, Bharata Khandasya or Bharata Deshasya, whatever is okay, no problem. So Bharata Varshasya, asya Pradeshasya or asya Bharata Varshasya Navabhedan. What does Nava mean? Yes, Nava is 9. Navabheda. Bheda is divisions. So Navabhedan nibodhata. See, this nibodhata word is quite important. You need to know the meaning also sometimes. Nibodhata means janatu, understand. Nibodhata means understand. Okay, nibodhata, understand. Janatu, avagacha. These are all the synonyms for nibodhata. Okay, Navavibhaga nibodhata. What they are saying is, you need to understand the 9 divisions of this place Bharata. And te dvipaha, see here, te, those 9 are dvipaha. How? Samudrantaritaha, they said. Samudrantaritaha means what? Samudraihi antaritaha. So there are 9 dvipas, that is right. Between every dvipa there is an ocean, small ocean. In that way there is an ocean between every dvipa. That is how they are separated. Yes, there is a big land called Bharata Varsha. This Bharata Varsha is divided into 9 sub parts. Between these parts there are small oceans. So samudraihi antaritaha, these places are separated because of the ocean. And parasparam agamyaha. Parasparam means one to other. See, it's not so easy to move from one island to another island because there is an ocean between the both. See, agamyaha means gantum ashakyaha. We are not able to go. Gamanam is moving. Gamanam, I can write over here. You can see it. Gamanam is gamanam, to go, I can write. To go you can take, or to move also you can say, it's not a problem. To move or to go, whatever. So gantum ashakyaha. So these dvipas or islands are not so easy to move from one to other in that way. Jneyaha means avaganta. This is what we need to understand. So what we need to understand is, yes, of course, Bharata Khanda is having 9 islands, and these islands, or between the islands there are oceans. So because of the oceans, it is not so easy to move from one dvipa to another dvipa. That is what the shloka tells. Yes, we'll move on to the summary part. Summarized part is this one. Yes, understand that there are 9 different divisions or zones of Bharatavarsha. There are 9 different divisions or zones of Bharatavarsha. It should be known that they are separated by ocean. Yes, these are all separated by ocean. These are all separated by oceans. And it is impossible to travel from one to other. It's impossible, they are saying. It's not exactly impossible, it's difficult, because today only we can move from one place to other place in the ocean way only. So in those days also, definitely they would have had a plan to move from one place to other place and all. So it was quite difficult to move, so to travel from one to other place, from one dvipa, one island to other island. That is what the summarized part of the shloka. Yes, let us move to the next one. In this next shloka, they are explaining what those 9 dvipas names. See, Indradvipaha Kasheruman Tamravarnaha Gabhastiman Nagadvipaha Tatha Saumyaha Gandharvaha Tatha Varunaha. What they are saying? Indradvipaha Kasheruman Tamravarnaha Gabhastiman Nagadvipaha Tatha, see this one, Nagadvipaha Tatha Saumyaha Gandharvaha Tatha Varunaha. So Indradvipah Kasheruman Tamravarno Gabhastiman Nagadvipas Tatha Saumyo Gandharvas Tatha Varunaha. That is what the shloka. So what is the prose order? No need to worry here for the prose order, because they are all 9 names, that's all. So Athatu Indradvipaha 1, first number 1 Indradvipaha, second is Kasheruman, third is Tamravarnaha, then Gabhastiman, Nagadvipaha, Saumyaha, Gandharvaha, Varunaha. So how many? 8 are there. We'll see where the 9th one has gone. In the previous shloka they said there are 9 divisions, but in this shloka they are showing only 8 names. Then where is the 9th one? That question will come, right? So they will explain where is the 9th one in the next shloka. Okay, no need to worry for that. So these are the 9 dvipas which is explained in the Puranas. We'll go to the next shloka now. Yes, see this one. Ayam tu navamaha tesham dvipaha sagara samritaha yojananam sahasram tu dvipoyam dakshinottaram. Yes. Ayam tu navamah tesham dvipah sagara samrutah yojananam sahasram tu dvipoyam dakshinottaram. So ayantu navamah tesham dvipasagara samrutah yojananam sahasrantu dvipoyam dakshinottaram. The prose order. Tesham sagara samvritah ayam tu navamah dvipah. Tesham sagara samvritah ayam tu navamah dvipah. Ayam dvipah tu dakshinottarat yojananam sahasram. Dakshinottarat yojananam sahasram. What is the meaning? Tesham. So they said those 9 divisions. So out of those 9 islands, this is the one. This is 9th one. So in the previous shloka, they said what are those 9 divisions. So you can see here Indradvipah, Kasheruman, Tamravarna, Gabhastiman, Nagadvipah, Saumya, Gandharva, Tatha, Varuna. They said in the previous shloka. Then where but only 8 Dvipas names have come up. Then what about the 9th one? That was the question. So they are saying this is the 9th one. Which one is the 9th one? This is the 9th one. This one is, which one is that? This one. Yes, where we are living now, this is the 9th one. So sagaraihi samvrutah, sagaraihi parivritah. So this particular land is surrounded. Parivritah or samvrutah means surrounding. Okay, surrounding. So this place, this particular dvipa is 9th one. So ayam dvipastu dakshinottaram sahasram. This dvipa, this particular island is 1000 yojana. This dvipa, this island is having 1000 yojanas difference between north to south. So if you think this is south and this is north, between these two, north to south or south to north, this dvipa is having 1000 yojana. That much distance this particular place got, this particular dvipa got 1000 yojana. Okay, so yojananam sahasram, dakshinottarat yojananam sahasram. So the overall meaning is, so those 9 divisions are there for Bharatavarsha, and they have mentioned Indradvipa, Nagadvipa, Kasheruman, Gabhastiman, Varuna, all those things, Gandharva and all. Now what is that 9th one is? This is the one, this is 9th one, and this dvipa is the 9th one, which is surrounded by the ocean again, and from north to south this dvipa is 1000 yojanas distance this dvipa got. So what is that 1000 yojana distance means? So in the summarized part down you can see over here 1000 yojana means 1 yojana is equal to 12 kilometers. So I mean 12.87 something it would be. 1 yojana is equal to 12 kilometers, which means 1000 yojanas, which means 12,000 kilometers. 12,000 kilometers would be in today's calculation 12,000 kilometers, right? So this is the summary. Now we'll move to the summarized part. This is the 9th one. This island is surrounded by the ocean. From north to south this island measures 1000 yojanas, which means 12,000 kilometers. That is what this shloka tells about. We'll move on to the next one. Yes, the next shloka again is about Dvipa, Parvatas, mountains. In the preamble part, I have said geography means we need to know about the islands, the rivers, the oceans, and mountains, everything. The whole shloka is about mountains, which and all the mountains were there, or important mountains or major mountains were there in ancient India or Bharata Varsha. महेन्द्रो मलयः सह्यः शुक्तिमान् ऋक्षपर्वतः विन्ध्यश्च पारियात्रश्च इत्येते कुलपर्वताः. महेन्द्रः महेन्द्रः मलयः मलयः सह्यः सह्यः शुक्तिमान् शुक्तिमान् ऋक्षपर्वतः ऋक्षपर्वतः विन्ध्यश्च विन्ध्यश्च पारियात्रश्च पारियात्रश्च इत्येते इत्येते कुलपर्वताः कुलपर्वताः. What is the prose order? See, they are saying it's very simple. As I said in the previous that shloka where we have seen all 9 divisions of Bharatavarsha, the same way it is very easy to see here also all the names, just 9 names. See, Mahendraha Malayaha Sahyah. So, okay, I'll write the number also. Mahendraha number 1, 2 Malayaha, 3 Sahyah, 4th one is Shuktiman, 5th one is Rikshaparvataha, and then 6th one is Vindhyaha, and 7th one is Pariyatraha, and then Pariyatra. How many they said? Ityete Kulaparvataha. These 7 mountains are called Kulaparvataha, great mountains, major mountains of this Bharata Varsha. That's what they tell. So today we have seen 4 shlokas. Once again, I'll let us go for recap thing. Today's first shloka was which one? Bharatasya asya varshasya navabhedan nibodhata. That one. Yes, they have explained what is India, how it has the name, this place got the name as Bharata, all these things we have seen. So now they are saying how many divisions were there in ancient time, all these things. They said 9 divisions were there in ancient time. And then those islands, between those between 2 islands there were the oceans. That is how these islands were not so easy to be moved. That's what they have explained. In the next shloka they are telling how many dvipas are there. They are saying they are telling 9 dvipas totally. So out of them 8 dvipas names they have mentioned in this shloka. Indradvipa, Kashiruman, Tamravarnaha, Gabhastiman, Nagadvipaha, Saumyaha, Gandharvaha, Varuna is 8th one. In the next shloka they are saying what is the 9th shloka and where it is. So 9th shloka is, this is the one, and it is north to south. There are 1000 yojanas distance will be there from north to south. And in the next shloka they have started telling about the names of the major mountains. They say again Mahendraha Malayaha Sahyah Shuktiman Rikshaparvataha Vindhyaha Pariyatraha. These 7 were the greatest or the famous or major mountains in those days or in the ancient time. This is about second session. We'll see some more details about the same mountains in the next session, in third session. Sai Ram everyone. Thank you.